Hey everybody, welcome to another Whiteboard Wednesday. I'm Nick Bjorn. We're going to be talking about IRS notices today. Let's get going. So kicking things off with the IRS crypto letters, we're starting to see more of these come into our service in particular, our crypto tax service at Count on Sheep. And it was worth a mention to do a video on it because people have been asking about it. And is it something to be worried about? So let's kind of go through. There's three typical letters that you'll see from the IRS that have to deal with crypto specifically that they'll send you. One is the 6174. This one is the least of your worries. It's basically, there's some way that they think that you might have crypto, or they sent it out and said, hey, if you do have crypto, we want to know about it. You probably should be reporting it. You should probably be checking the box on your form saying that you have it, like on your 1040. So it's important to, it's kind of like a notice that, you might have something, and like nudge, nudge, if you do, let us know about it. The 6174A, it starts to escalate a little bit. This is what we're starting to see more of, are these. And this is when, a 1099 that's being reported from an exchange, say Coinbase, and then it goes to the IRS, they're letting people know at the IRS that you have crypto on their exchange. So they know, there's actual data supporting that you have crypto on the exchange and you are not reporting it. So that can be problematic, and that's another nudge, but it's a little bit more of a stern warning saying, we see you, can you please start reporting your crypto to us? Then last but not least is the 6173. This one's the most severe. We haven't seen too many of these come across our desk with our clientele so far, but we think that these are going to be more prevalent in 2025, especially with the 1099 DA form that's being issued for the 2025 tax season. Check out that video to give you more explanation on what's going on there. So this is serious. It's a compliance letter from the IRS. It says that we see your activity, you're not reporting it, and now, basically we want to see what you have. So this is, show us what you have. This is a response letter. You have to send in information, kind of showing what you have and, proving, that you have a certain amount or whatever it is to, satisfy what the IRS needs to know is through this letter specifically. So you're going to have to respond in that instance. And that one is definitely one that could potentially lead to an audit. We're not going to say it can lead, if we say it can lead to an audit, it really is up to the IRS to figure out what they want to do here. But this is one that starts escalating where you go, and the penalties start getting more severe as you go on. So what should you do if you get an IRS crypto letter in the mail? Well, there's a few things. We already discussed what the different severity levels are, but there's certain things you should do for each different kind of letter, or at least consider doing. 6174 is an IRS message that you may have crypto, right? So it's either you do or you don't. So if you don't have to do anything. If you do, you should strongly consider looking at your portfolio, maybe putting your crypto assets into a crypto tax software, call it Coinly, for instance, where you can pull everything into one view for your taxes and really kind of see your lots and see what you owe, see what your gains, see what your losses are. So it's a good reminder that, hey, the IRS probably knows that you have something. Why don't we start to consolidate and organize? But there's really nothing you have to do in terms of, it's a soft reminder. The IRS isn't targeting you, but they're saying you may have something, and that gives you that inkling that if you do have crypto, maybe I should start doing something, at least pulling it into one area, getting it organized, consider a crypto tax software for this. 6174A is a message saying, hey, we know you have crypto. We know you have some transactions. So what can we do about that? You want to consider reconciling your digital assets. So that's going beyond just putting things into a crypto software. This is actually going through and reconciling all your trades within the software and making sure that your trades are properly categorized. You can do this yourself, and there's also tax services, crypto tax services that will do this for you. So consider that. Amend any incorrect prior returns. So you might go back multiple years and look back and see, was I reporting this correctly? And if you haven't, it gives you an opportunity to do so. No response is needed. So you don't have to respond to this one, which is really nice. but you really should start on your digital asset reconciliation journey to get the right data for your taxes. You can hand off it to your CPA once you get your, you can download your 8949, your Schedule D, your Schedule 1 if you made any income, and those can all come off of those crypto tax softwares I just mentioned, like Coinly. So that's a great way to do it. Also, if you hire a crypto tax service like Count on Sheep, for instance, they can do all this for you, hands off to your CPA real nicely, or you can upload to your TurboTax. Now let's talk about the 6173. This is, we confirm crypto activity, and it says show your records. You haven't shown your records for multiple years. They probably have multiple 1099s that you've ignored, and they can see very clearly that you have crypto holdings and you're not telling them about it. So this is kind of that opportunity to, you got to open up the kimono, if you will, to the IRS. Respond in writing by, the stated deadline, which is more serious. Provide documentation, that was filed, or any kind of returns you may have. This might be a good time to go back into that digital asset reconciliation. That would really clear things up real quickly. If you had that audit trail that was created through one of these crypto tax services, that would help immensely for this. Expert follow-up for any questions. So, it's not unlikely that the IRS would follow up with more questions once you submitted that, to really kind of understand your activity and, why you filed it the way you did and how you came to certain numbers on your tax reports. So once again, digital asset reconciliation, I want to keep telling you about that because that's really what solves this issue. And then no response equals, fast-tracked audit. If you ignore the IRS for too long, it just shows you that they are going to eventually come after you. So you can't just put your head in the sand on this one and not respond. It demands a response. You need to come up and show some documentation to your crypto holdings, and they are going to be looking out for that. So treat it as an audit precursor. It is urgent. So if you do see the 6173, make sure that you're responding to this. You cannot ignore this one. Now, for the quick cliff notes, let's just do a quick summary here. 6174, that's a maybe, and maybe you should review it. And then we have the 6174A. This is like, hey, we see you, and you should definitely consider your digital asset reconciliation, getting those crypto reports, filing those taxes. And 6173, prove it. The IRS wants you to prove it. They see you. You need to come with your reports ready and in an audit ready state. So that's basically what we have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's not a fun one to talk about, but these are happening more often that we're seeing in the 2024 tax season. We expect to see more of it in 2025. We just want you guys to be aware. So if you like what we have to say, we're trying to teach you here on Whiteboard Wednesday how to keep more of what you earn and how not to get caught up in things like this. If you like what we have to say, like and subscribe. We'll keep making these videos. We appreciate you all. Talk to you soon.